Shalom, this is Jaime here in Medellin, Colombia, and today is August the 2nd. And this video is my announcement that basically I'm out of fuels. I'm out of commodities. This past February was 5 years of being in this industry. Haven't closed one deal. I have probably been put together buyers and sellers over several hundred, 500, 600 deals in 5 years, and not one of them closed. Now, why? Because 99.9% of all sellers are freaking liars. They'll tell you they have pop, they'll tell you this, that, and then you find out everything you can think of. It's not to say that in the 5 years that I've been in this industry I haven't come across buyers that were liars, but that's not usually the case. I have put conference calls in which I bring the chairman, the president, the CEO, a board director, a procurement officer, a buyer mandate on the phone immediately, right then and there. Pick up the phone, bring one in to talk to a seller or seller mandate in relation to closing deals. I have done that dozens of times, only to find out that the sellers were lying. They didn't have the product. You know, I laugh. Because it's totally sickening when I get a call from somebody saying, my seller's real. My seller's real. He really owns the fuel. And you know, it takes me just a couple questions to find out that I'm talking to another idiot broker who didn't ask questions. I asked him a couple questions about his supposed seller. He can't answer the questions, but yet his seller is real. Well, you know, I don't have to put up with that anymore. I'm finally financially really well off here. I'm proceeding forward in an agricultural project in which I'm bringing some technology from the United States down to Colombia that is relatively inexpensive, but at the same time, it does incredible things. Let me put it to you this way. Out of 350 square meters of tomatoes using this technology, I can get 4,000 and will get 4,000 square meters of tomatoes out of approximately 350 meters of tomatoes. It's just unbelievable. And so I'm preparing right now, looking for the land. Don't need a lot, you know. Basically, I'm 500 square meters or less and all that. And I'm moving forward with that, okay? Because that's going to make some serious money. More money in the first harvest than I've made in 5 years of being in this industry. I haven't closed a deal. But you know what? I talk to a lot of brokers, and I talk to the good ones, the ones that know how to work this industry like I do, the ones that know how to ask the right questions to their supposed sellers and their supposed buyers, and they have the buyers, and etc. And you know what? They haven't closed any deals either. And you want to know the answer? Sellers are liars, okay? And so, you know, I basically have had it. You know, I've tried to tell people, look, don't send me any freaking offers that are nothing but a piece of crap, that do not give a solid partial proof of product, such as a tank storage receipt with the tank storage agreement and the letter authorizing the buyer to verify those two documents. If you don't have that, don't send me nothing. But instead I get phone calls. Hey, did you get my offer? What offer? Yeah, I threw it in the trash. But why? There is CI dip and pay. And you know what? 99.9% of idiot brokers, like most of you, you don't even know what CI dip and pay is. You don't even have any idea what the seller is required to give up front. Nothing. You believe that just because the seller states this is CI dip and pay, that it automatically brings the offer, his product, it's CI dip and pay. And therefore the buyer is just supposed to kiss his ass and buy it because the seller's saying it's CI dip and pay when it's the furthest thing away from CI dip and pay. It isn't CI dip and pay. You know, but you know, you keep sending me this crap. Well, I've had it. I just don't need this anymore. I don't need the aggravation. I don't need the frustration. I don't need the conference calls. I don't need the phone calls. I don't need the emails. I don't need any of this industry anymore. So I'm asking you to please, you know, take me off your freaking list. Don't send me any more seller offers for fuel, for rice, for wheat, for gold, for silver, for diamonds, for MTNs, LTNs, Bolivars, currency exchanges, you name it, SPGs for lease, all this kind of crap, okay? I only know in the 5 years, I don't even think I know 5 brokers that closed a deal in which they got commissions, that were supposed to be for a year, that were still getting commissions after 6 months. And all the brokers that I know that made some commission, you know what? The highest commission that any one of them made was $25,000 a month. There's $100,000, $500,000, $1 million commissions a month. I don't know one broker that ever got that. And folks, when I say that I talk to a lot of brokers, let me tell you something. My contact list for brokers is approximately 3,500. Now understand, that isn't some list that I purchased. These are people that I have had some form of communication with. That means I've either spoken to them on their phone, chatted with them via audio or typing, SMS, on Skype, or we've communicated by email at one time or another. That's a list of 3,000, 3,500 approximately, okay? And of those that I have a good relationship with, is easily 200 to 300. And of all those, like I'm sharing to you, I mean, none of them have made any commissions. With the exception of about four or five, like I've mentioned, and the maximum commission that any one of those had made was about 25 grand, and all of them, after about 6 months of the buyer paying the commission, the buyer just screwed them and stopped paying the commission because the buyer thought that they had paid enough commission, etc. Now, all this kind of stuff I've covered. I've covered how to make sure that doesn't happen to you, that you're still getting your commission a year down the road, and if it goes past a year, so that you're still getting. I've covered all of this. I've covered everything, the NCN, the IMF, how all this stuff works, how to review and analyze procedures. It makes no difference, you know. Most of you can't read, you can't write. You have no sense of logic. You couldn't open up a hot dog vending stand at the corner because you wouldn't even know that a hot dog goes on a bun. Okay, I mean, it's phenomenal. And hopefully many of you are getting offended at this, but really I don't give a damn because I'm out of here. Okay, I got my plan now set up, and it looks great. I don't need to depend on fuels. Never have. Never gotten a penny. Like all of it, but you know, I do know one thing. I did educate myself, and I do know how to work the broker part. I know how to work the seller. I know how to work the buyer. Let me tell you something. I'm the king. The broker who knows what he's doing is king, and he rules. It's not the buyer, which is what I thought in my first year to year and a half. I thought the buyer was the king, and then I finally realized it's not the buyer that dictates. I thought it was the seller. The seller's the one that dictates. But you know what? About 6 months ago, all of a sudden it hit me. It's not the seller that dictates. It's the broker that dictates when he knows what he's doing. And you know, and that's the problem in this industry. 99 point, here we go with that magic number again, 99.9% of all brokers out there are idiots, and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to control their buyer. They don't know how to control the seller. They don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, they send out, they get these offers they send me that are a piece of shit. Can't put it any other way, but that's what it is. Dung, D-U-N-G, what comes out of a cow, you know, that pigs eat, and which most of you do, okay? They're like pigs, okay? You eat whatever the sellers put out. You just automatically, the seller gives you an offer, and the seller tells you it's CI dip and pay, and even though it's not CI dip and pay nowhere near it, you put it out there. Oh, Jaime, I got this CI dip and pay offer. Man, your buyer's going to just eat it up. No, my buyer ain't a pig, but you are. You ate it up, and you put this crap out all over the internet that isn't worth 2 cents, and you waste my time, because when I have to read it, I have to stop and I have to do that. But you know what? If the brokers in this industry would just stop sending out the crap, we would totally get rid of all these fakers, and we come up with real sellers and all that. But you're not willing to do it because most of you are idiots, don't know what you're doing, you don't want to learn what to do, you don't want to learn anything. And so I've had it. I don't need you, therefore I'm gone. So do me a favor. Take me off your list. Please. Look at me. Take me off your list. Stop sending me any and all emails concerning commodities, fuels, silver, gold, MTNs, SPGs, LTNs, Bolivars, everything. Just take me off your list. Don't need it. I can't handle you anymore. No, I cannot handle none of this stuff, because it's just mind-blowing. I mean, I reached the point where my frustration level, I don't want to have a frustration level. I start off the day, and the first time I open up a package, I'm frustrated already, because I'm going, oh gosh, here's another idiot broker sending me another idiot offer, claiming it's a CI dip and pay, and the first thing that the seller's asking for is a bank comfort letter. Oh, but you know, and then, oh, but Jaime, I know this seller, he's real, and he ain't no real, he's fake, etc. I can tell by reading the procedures, okay, and the pricing structure and the commission structure on a deal, whether or not this thing's going to close. I can tell. I can tell. I can do that, okay? And the main thing is I can tell a lot about the seller based on his procedures. And all procedures are written by sellers who don't own the product. They haven't paid for it. They have nothing. They want to use the buyer's money, financial instrument, etc. And you're such an idiot, Joe Blow broker, that you don't know what you're doing and you send this crap out to me and many others wasting our time. Well, the only way that I can stop you from wasting my time is I'm out of here. Stop sending me your freaking offers. I'm gone. Okay? And that's the end of it. You know, I did meet a lot of nice people and all that kind of good stuff. I am going to be doing this this agriculture. I'm going to be looking. This isn't some multi-level type crap, okay? I don't do multi-level. I stopped that years ago. This is a serious product. And if you're in agriculture, I want to talk to you. Tell me about that, okay? And et cetera. Because I'm going to develop Colombia and from there take it all across, et cetera. There's a lot of money involved here. And all that kind of good stuff. And so, anyway, we'll go from there. So, listen, thanks. It's been nice knowing you all. Keep your idiotic crap going, I guess, but keep me out of it, okay? Take me off your list. Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye. Shalom, shalom. From Medellin, Colombia, in Barrio San Javier. Shalom.